From racist fans to clowning LeBron about Diddy parties.
Bron, we know you was at them Diddy parties.
And so much more.
Stop.
These are 15 times LeBron fans went too far.
Who the fuck you, Bron?
And first, some kid fans went too far by clowning LeBron's ass.
Come on, Bron.
You look like you shot in your pants.
Alright, but getting shit on is nothing like the other fans who clown LeBron for his relationship with Diddy. Because LeBron was in pics hanging with Diddy, showed up to Diddy's birthday party, and even got turned singing along with Diddy at another party. After LeBron went viral for saying this,
hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party was about to be something he regretted saying after all the crazy controversies about Diddy made headlines. Because not only did fans start yelling at him about it as he drove by,
LeBron, ain't no party like a Diddy party, right?
Eventually when LeBron was at an NFL game, another fan clowned him.
Bron, we know you was at them Diddy parties. We know you was there.
Alright, now that's out of pocket. But speaking of trying to take something out of LeBron's pocket, another fan tried to sue LeBron because of Hennessy and $800.
Because he says he thought that LeBron was going to actually retire.
LeBron had just teased the world with a random date and a viral clip that he'd be announcing his biggest decision ever. So with many fans thinking LeBron could announce he'd retire after the season,
I'm a big LeBron fan, and this is the worst thing that could have ever happened to me.
all tickets to what fans thought could be his final Lakers game skyrocketed in price. One fan even spent over $800 on tickets to the very last game of the year. But not long after, LeBron's big decision turned into this.
Fans want to know where you're taking your talents this year. What's your decision?
In this fall, man, this is tough. In this fall, I'm gonna be taking my talents to Hennessy VSOP.
VSOP? And this was the conclusion you woke up with this morning?
That was the conclusion I woke up with this morning.
Oh my, man's really trolled the whole world, got everybody talking, just to drop an ad about Henny? Honestly, that's kind of hilarious, but this fan didn't think anything was funny, and he decided to create an even bigger decision story by suing LeBron over what he spent on tickets. That of course went viral everywhere. I mean, the dude even made the news over this.
29-year-old Andrew Garcia is taking his favorite basketball player, LeBron James, to court.
But man, if I became the judge of that case, I would have been like,
Case dismissed.
Insane. But even all of that isn't as insane as a fan who actually wanted to dump his girlfriend just to be with LeBron. I'm not kidding. This Lakers fan held up a sign literally saying that he'd dump her if he got a pic with LeBron. And I can see why, because I mean, just looking at LeBron in this fit, he's way better than her. Anyways, what's crazy is she didn't even care. She just said, my boyfriend leaving me? Well, if he needs a photo, you do what you have to do. Unfortunately, that fan still didn't get to meet LeBron, so he just looked stupid. But 4 other times, after fans saw LeBron's hair looking like this, and so much more, fans clowned about LeBron's hairline right at him, and the first of the 4 times ended with LeBron bragging about his billions of dollars.
We go. You still ain't got no hair though. It's cool, bro.
Damn, LeBron kinda won that debate, but another time LeBron's hair was eventually brought up, it came after a loss and a fan was pissed.
Hey, bro, you better get this together. That receding hairline.
Oh my, LeBron literally had to be held back. But an even crazier debate came when more than just his hairline was brought up, and LeBron literally ended things by clowning the dude about his girl.
That's what it is. Since I got hair, fam, where your hairline at? Where's some mine back here, cuz? Shut up, stop crying. You lost Kyrie, you lost D-Rose, you can't get point guard for your life. D-Rose dipped on you. Huh?
That's crazy. But it's crazy as fans actually giving LeBron a haircut mid-game? Alright, I don't even know how they got that big ass sign in the building, let alone we're allowed to just do that. But alright, enough about hair, cause another 2 LeBron fans went too far, telling him they hoped his son got killed. See, they had to be salty that LeBron was going off all night long, but late in overtime, LeBron was pissed when he walked over with the ref, pointing and yelling at 2 fans. Security immediately escorted the courtside fans out of the arena, and nobody knew what was said at first. Yeah, the Pacers released a slight statement, then LeBron briefly talked about it after the game vaguely.
moments where he goes outside the line with obscene gestures and words that shouldn't be tolerated in our game from nobody.
But the next day, it became the biggest topic of sports shows because apparently, the fans told LeBron, "I hope your son Bronny dies in a car wreck." Damn, wishing a car accident on anyone is crazy. I just went through not one, but 2 car accidents myself, and I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Those fans should have been banned. But this next fan should have been arrested after her life was turned into a criminal investigation, all because of one of LeBron's chains. King, James, and in the shape of his number 23 jersey along with a bunch of diamonds, this pennant was something a fan, Venetia Robinson, claimed she found at a random yard sale for just $5. Then with it shining so crazy, she thought something was up and went to a jewelry store to get it appraised and found out the real value, which, because it turned out to be real, turned out to be worth $10,000. Oh my god, she immediately put the chain on eBay to see how much she could make, but apparently, the chain wasn't actually hers or who she got it from. It was LeBron's agent, Maverick Carter's. Maverick claimed he lost it a few years before and it had gotten stolen, so now Venetia was the top suspect of the crime. And now with him threatening legal issues, eventually Venetia told a crazy story. She claimed Maverick contacted her saying LeBron personally wanted to buy it so she could pull up to their house. Until when she got there, LeBron wasn't there, just a group of people threatening her while forcing her to give it up. But nobody believed that, and even though Venetia claimed she would pursue legal action, it never happened, probably because she was capping about it all. I mean, honestly, why would LeBron even want that dusty-ass chain? Just look at the chains he wears. I mean, some of these are way crazier. And honestly, if she just wanted another LeBron jersey pennant, there's a million others out here that are way more up-to-date anyways. Shaking my head, man. But speaking of things LeBron wears, sometimes he wears some questionable fits, like this, or I don't even want to know why he's dressed like that, to be honest. And there's one time that fans clowned him for dressing like a movie character. Now, I'm not talking about his Halloween costumes where he's dressed like Freddy Krueger, walked into a game dressed as Jason, or even posed like Pennywise the Clown and danced at a party. Dressed like he was from a scary movie. This selfie had him dressed way too formally. So fans not only said he looked like a public defender or a fake adult from a cartoon, because he looked like a private investigator, fans claimed he looked like the movie character Inspector Gadget and literally turned him into it. Damn, man can't even put on a fit without being criticized. Too far, guys. But I gotta be careful, because sometimes just talking about LeBron can get someone attacked by fans, like what happened to another NBA player, Jeff Teague. Who? No matter what team he was on, he got dominated by LeBron over and over and over again, to the point where he was just making shit up. He literally hopped on a podcast and started talking crazy, using an excuse that LeBron was only doing that to him because he was taking illegal substances.
He was on steroids, bro. He had to sit out. He was on steroids for real. like legit was on steroids, bro. Allegedly.
He's tripping for that. But all jokes aside, allegations like that are serious, so people of course weren't gonna take them lightly.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
That's why one day when Jeff drove his car to a gas station, LeBron fans noticed him and took action.
Whoever the dude that pulled up on me at the gas station, boy, that almost was your last day, boy. Got my back to pumping the gas. Then I turned back around. And he looked back, he like, yeah, you a snitch. I'm like, what are you talking about? Bron didn't do that. I'm like, man, go on, man.
And after all of that happened, he not only talked about it, he eventually brought up one final story, then apologized.
Every time you say anything about Bron, people call you and say, hey man, you might want, hey. I'm like, God damn. I came on here and apologized. Sorry.
Alright, but that's not the only time fans confronted another NBA player about something having to do with LeBron. Fans went too far in other ways when it came to Jason Terry. Remember this play? LeBron literally dunked all over Terry so hard, it became one of the most viral moments in NBA history. Fans literally turned Terry into a Twitter trending topic. More memes than I can count, and even changed his wiki page to the exact date of the dunk, saying that's when he died by LeBron. So, because of things like that, it basically discredited Terry's entire career. Being one of the greatest shooters of the past, fans forgot. Becoming an NBA champion by literally beating LeBron earlier in his career? Nobody cared about that anymore. Headlines just came out that Jason Terry says kids only remember him as the guy that got dunked on by LeBron. He claimed every camp, every clinic in America I go and talk to kids, they don't ask like, how'd it feel to play 19 years? Or how'd it feel to play with Dirk or win a championship? How did it feel for LeBron to go dunk on you like that? And he can't even go to the grocery store anymore without being asked about that one play.
Every time I go, I'm in arenas or I'm at the grocery store, little kids coming up to me, hey, aren't you Jason Terry? Why did LeBron dunk on you?
Damn, sometimes LeBron fans can get brutal, but not as brutal as fans of other teams can be to LeBron, like the ones in New York. Pretty much any NBA superstar who doesn't play for their teams gets criticized like crazy, and other than that, LeBron is no exception. But what's different is that it's actually his fault that New York hates him. He influenced many rumors that he would join their team, and the internet went wild putting him in New York jerseys to give fans false hope, in which some fans even designed and wore custom LeBron Knicks jerseys in person. But when LeBron never committed there, not only did he just troll New Yorkers by filming himself walking around the city, showing his teammates around, taking a squat on the subway, and cause he pissed someone off,
What's good? I don't know this dude right here. He tripping. He's done.
they eventually dropped a corny video about it.
But I just want you to refer to me from here on out as Can You Not. That's my new name. LeBron, I just want you to know that I'm coming for you, okay?
On New York's courts, LeBron would get even more disrespectful, constantly dominating their team, putting on some of the craziest performances of his career. He'd cause beefs and even trash talk their players. But the worst things LeBron would do is call himself the king of New York while saying their stadium was his favorite playground. And just to piss everybody off a bit more, he wore shoes the next time he played in New York that said "I'm king" while dominating them again. That was the final straw. So now anytime LeBron's in New York, fans try attacking him whenever they can. Like, they don't even let him walk into restaurants without spazzing.
Hey, LeBron, go back to LA. Don't come to New York with that.
But the craziest New York encounter actually didn't even involve a Knicks fan. Since the Brooklyn Nets are also from New York, one of their fans actually threatened to get LeBron killed. A fan said, on Thursday, February 18th, I'll be going to a Nets vs Lakers game. I'll sneak the gun shown in the picture into the arena and shoot LeBron in the head during a timeout. You've been warned. What the? Now, obviously that never happened, and the fan deleted their account shortly after so he wouldn't get tracked down by police. But damn, all of that is taking things way too far. Now, the real question is, that claiming you're secretly LeBron's dad and suing him for millions of dollars far? All of that happened because LeBron went his entire life without knowing his real father. And being left in the dark, LeBron shared his feelings with the world.
You know, my whole life growing up, I just kind of always said, why me? You know, why me? Why didn't my dad want to be around?
Once LeBron made the NBA, he shrugged off the thought of his dad and focused on becoming great. And at first, it looked like nothing could stop LeBron until he randomly got hit with a life-changing scandal. July 8th, 2010. On live TV, LeBron announced a decision that made him one of the most infamous people on the planet, signing to the Miami Heat. And this became one of the most viral moments in sports history. So it was the perfect time for LeBron's dad to make his own headline. Out of nowhere, a man named Lester Bryce Stovall claimed he was LeBron's father. But not only that, he was suing LeBron and his mom Gloria for $4 million because of a DNA cover-up scandal. And the entire situation started 26 years earlier. March 15th, 1984. Lester claimed he showed up at the DC Space Bar and met LeBron's mom. She claimed she was in her 20s and looking for a good time. So eventually, Lester took her home and described the situation with Gloria as intimate. But later that night, Lester was ashamed of his performance and decided to leave without any intentions of contacting Gloria again until a few weeks later. It was Gloria, and she was pregnant. At that moment, Lester just couldn't believe it. So all he told Gloria was, well, if he's mine, make sure he plays basketball, and hung up. And keep in mind, this was the end of March, 9 months before December. And when was LeBron eventually born? December 30th, 1984. But it wasn't until 23 years later, Lester regretted that phone call. December 5th, 2007. The time had finally come that Lester realized he messed up. LeBron was now dominating the NBA and became a multi-millionaire. So Lester called up Gloria. He apologized and even tried reconnecting with her and LeBron. But it was too late. Gloria wanted nothing to do with Lester. And since she knew LeBron turned himself into a star, she not only didn't want Lester to come around, she apparently threatened to get Lester beat up if he ever called again. But a few days later, LeBron heard about the call and desperately wanted to know if this man was telling the truth. So they agreed to a DNA test. The results came in the mail. Lester was not the father, or so LeBron and Gloria made it seem. Lester felt something shady went down with the tests and believed LeBron and Gloria tampered with them to cover up the evidence. Lester claimed he looked exactly like LeBron. They had the same body types, same height.
We're approximately the same height.
Hell, in basketball, they even dunked the same, and that there was no way he wasn't LeBron's father. So Lester filed a $4 million lawsuit against LeBron and Gloria for fraud, defamation, and misrepresentation. The claims went back and forth, but LeBron refused to comment. And finally in 2011, a judge analyzed the story and felt Lester was trying to make a quick buck just for being LeBron's dad. So the case was dismissed, and LeBron never acknowledged Lester again. To this day, LeBron still doesn't know who his real dad is. And honestly, he might never. But alright, now that was psychotic. But sometimes fans go too far when they're an alcoholic. There's been times LeBron's had to literally take drinks away from fans. He's gotten drinks dumped on him. I mean, so many fan drink situations stress him out that one time he almost took a sip of a beer mid-game. And sometimes he now chills on the bench with elk under his seat just in case, which fans go crazy criticizing him for. Regardless, he's dealt with drunk fans time and time again, like when he couldn't even focus on the other team shooting free throws without going back and forth with a drunk fan.
He's been the best far and away. You're gonna score 2 free tacos with a drink purchase from Jack in the Box. Up for Christmas. Coming up in a couple of days.
And telling him to drink his beer and shut up ended things before that fan got in trouble. Unlike the time some other fans were a bit too intoxicated and needed security to escort him out of the arena. Because during a matchup against the Hawks, LeBron was going back and forth with some fans courtside until eventually, refs stopped the game to have security come address the situation. Eventually, those fans were escorted out of the arena, and nobody knew what she was saying to LeBron until she dropped an Instagram video claiming she told LeBron, "Don't talk to my husband like that," and he responded like, "Sit the fuck down, bitch."
Just got kicked out of the game for talking shit to LeBron James, for talking shit to my fucking husband. During the game, and cussed him out, and I stood up and I go, "Don't fucking talk to my husband. Talk to my husband one more time and I will fuck you up." And he started fighting with me. He goes, "Shut your mouth, dumb bitch." And I go, "You shut your fucking mouth, bitch."
Then after the game, not only did LeBron tweet, "Courtside Karen was mad," to where even other NBA stars were laughing, LeBron talked about it during an interview and just assumed they had a bit too much to drink.
But I didn't think they were, should have been kicked out. But they might have had a couple of drinks maybe, and they could have probably kept it going and the game wouldn't have been about the game no more. So I think the referees did what they had to do.
Damn, shout out to LeBron for being a good sport about it all and staying calm. But sometimes when fans go too far, it leads to him whooping an entire team's ass. The first time that happened was back in 2008, and LeBron was playing terribly, so of course his team was losing. But from missing most of his shots, airballing even, missing dunks, and so much more, some not even random trash talkers, literally Chris Bosh's girlfriend and cousin, were letting LeBron hear it. That was about to be a big mistake, because the game wasn't even close to over. From that point on, LeBron dominated till the end, scoring not just a few times. He scored 24 points in the fourth quarter, 26 of the last 27 points for the Cavs in total. And in the end, he not only was telling them it was all their fault,
man, and LeBron says, "Okay, it's your fault. It's your fault."
He led his squad to a comeback win, and after the game, made sure everybody knew, yeah, they're the reason why their own Raptors lost tonight, because they ticked me off a little bit. So now, you'd think no fan would ever risk that again, but wrong. During a game when LeBron was going against his former team, LeBron was actually playing a pretty good game already, making a bunch of plays, and honestly, he didn't need any more motivation. But when things were close at the end of the third quarter, and he pulled up for this shot, then missed, he noticed one of the Cavs' biggest fans in the building clap a little too hard at that, and shook his head like, "Alright, it's on." From that point on, LeBron did what you probably expected him to do. Play after play after play.
A few moments later.
After play, LeBron took over for one of his best games of the season. A 21-point fourth quarter, leading him to 46 points overall and the win right in front of that dude's face. In the end, LeBron made sure everyone realized that it was all because that fan got a little too excited.
He was really excited about about me missing, that shot a little bit more extra than I would have liked, but he got a root for his team, obviously. And he was, he showcased that. So I knew I had another quarter. The fourth quarter is my favorite.
Man, do not mess with LeBron, because things will not go your way. But honestly, probably the craziest way that LeBron fans have gone too far involves racism that's happened in a bunch of different ways. LeBron made the news when he admitted that when he plays in Boston, he feels discriminated against, and that there's a ton of racist fans yelling at him or doing wild things.
What place?
Boston.
Boston, yeah. Why do you hate Boston?
Because they racist as fuck. That's why. They will say anything, and it's fine.
And honestly, LeBron was not lying about the shirts. Boston fans wear some crazy ones. But anyways, that's not even the most racist stuff LeBron's dealt with. I mean, even racist signs held up by fans aren't what got turned into an all-out police investigation, like what happened to LeBron in 2015. He had just spent $21 million on a mansion out in Los Angeles. And even though that home was nice, headlines dropped everywhere and a news story came out that LeBron's home was vandalized.
Behind me is the, I guess you would call it the summer home of LeBron James. Very few people even knew that he had a home here. And that is the gate that we are told that was vandalized, if you will. It was spray painted with the N-word. We are told that it was quite large and it almost went the extension of the gate.
Neighbors couldn't believe that someone had painted a racial slur right on his front gate. So of course LeBron was annoyed and talked not only about his situation, but the problems going on in the entire world.
But it just goes to show that that racism will always be a part of the world, a part of America. Hate, in America, especially for African American, is living every day.